you know, again, the biggest thing they could do is like, it keeps your mind focused away from the important things in your life. You know, I remember even when COVID happened, and yes, that thing that happened in America, it was not nice to see on the news and everything. But I think, even myself included, we spent too much time on that instead of, okay, how do we work on solutions? How can we love people better? Love is the answer to everything. So when I go out my interactions, I'm gonna just face everyone with love. But I guess you learn that later. But you say it's the conditioning of, and it's such a huge distraction. Even let's say we talk about football matches. Like you said, when someone's racially abused, they talk about it so much. What about if they just didn't talk about it? And you racially abuse me, I just go on. So you're saying it's more of, because now maybe that little boy who's watching TV, maybe I don't want to be playing there. Am I going to be? So now it's a great tool. Let's market.
Yes. So that way now, after learning this, so like especially those players, professional things there, I don't know, maybe they do to tell them that experience. So because they've been watching TV, they've been watching these things there. So you go to play in Europe, you go to put in your mind, what happens if I'm going to face this? How I'm going to maintain my cooling, how I'm going to make sure I'm going to play. Because that thing, if it comes, how I'm going to handle it. See, that is the key. So they should teach the minority how they go to handle it. Yes. And then, so the authorities, so they can handle the outside one. But how do you go to handle yourself in the field, in the training, in the workplace? Yourself, how you go to handle it, how you go to think about it, how you go to make it that thing's positive way, it doesn't distract you. So that is the key, because for me it changed in me. I removed myself racism. I have freedom which was in mine, but I can't control the racism outside. See, that's what they should be teaching, that everyone should be start thinking. So remove racism in your mind first, and you see it's come out. And the way you do that, to know you are God, to know your mind is everything, to know where you are
and who you are.
This is your place, this is your land, like anyone else. You don't need anyone ask a different question, because this is your place. And when you feel that it's in you, it stops everything.
You become, even with like the players who, let's say, they're racially abused, like you said, when you know the power that you have and who you are, you actually see that as a positive thing. They're just doing it to they might not even be racist. They're just doing it to distract me. They're doing it even jealousy.
Yes, or could be that. But as I say, they have to fight it both ways. But for me, I could see the way it's growing is because we don't fight it rightly.
So how should we fight it?
First, we need to remove in our mind
that
first.
Exists.
Yes, that our mind, the one who go to feel to face it, we have to take it in from your mind. How is it going to distract your job? How is it going to distract your performance? See, you're a professional person, and somebody keep distracting you. How are we going to handle it? We have to question. We have to learn how to handle it. Is it quitting the job, or is it thinking the way you can deal with that person? I don't know, maybe they do, but if they do, it's good to stop. But it had to be stopping from first in ourselves.
Stop it from within.
Yeah, stop from within. We stop from within, everything changed. And that's why I say it's going to be hard even when we generalize it. It had to come individual, because when you generalize it, it doesn't work. It will never work when you generalize it. You're not going to find people in the stadium who's going to stop to chant something like that. No way.
Hey, I have fantastic news for you. The Rubasha Family podcast is proud to announce that we have partnered with WorldRemit. Now, as a diaspora family, African Australian, we have our loved ones back home. We want to feel connected with our people, whether we're sending money back home to create our family legacy, building generational wealth, or we're connecting with our loved ones, birthday parties, whatever the situations is, we always want efficient and effective ways for us to be able to send money directly, straight away for the people that we love or the projects that we're funding. So we have some fantastic news for you. For the link in the description, it's going to sign you up with WorldRemit, and not only that, even better news, guys. Watch this. Once you send over $100, you will have $15 put into your WorldRemit account immediately. So make sure when you click the link in the description, it's going to take you to sign up with WorldRemit. Not only that, it's going to ask you to use a referral code. You punch in that referral code, and that will give you $15 as soon as you send over 100. Now back to the video.
He had to come with everyone individual.
So if someone has personally experienced racism, which I'm sure many people have, how do they get past the past? Maybe because now you may hold that pain into your future endeavors or whoever you meet next. Like, how do they?
So everything you face negative. So it's not only racism. The people who still have their past, their death, their wars, the everything's there. So racism is not different with other pasts we face. No, it's similar. So that, as I say, the way it become big is because the media marketing it. But we face more traumas in our mind than racism. Yes, there are many, but because they're marketing it, or the media or everything there, that's why it keep becoming big. But it's the smallest things when you start thinking with the mind. It's the smallest things which come to you. When you start using your mind, you found somebody calls it is the smallest things. When you know you are God, when you know your power is in your mind, when you know your presence of God is in you, you handle it easily. Yes.
You smile.
Yes, you smile. And also you think about it. You look the person who's saying it. You look the reason somebody who's saying it. See, now most people, they just using it in some different form of ways to get compensation, to get all those kind of things there.
Maybe to get you to react.
Yes, to get you to react, to get everything there. But even them, the people who does it, the way they come to change it, it's just to change their mind. It's just to know, me, I'm God. I'm God to say this person. Why do I need to say this word? Why do you not think that? But you see, if he does it and doesn't distract you, he doesn't do the thing there, he's not going to say it the next day.
And even when you look, for example, let's go back to America, and you saw slavery, what black people have gone through. But to still see, no matter what black people have gone through, they succeed in everything, overcome everything. You have people like Martin Luther King, these amazing athletes, these amazing people out in the world, like in America, like even coming to Australia. When we came to Australia, when they see a black person, the first self-image they think of is America, because of how they've succeeded, how they've taken over in every little industry a black person enters. They overcome all the adversity. So it's like, we know the power that we have and we use that power, but are we still, do you think we're letting racism still hold us back at sometimes? Because in everything we succeed.
Yeah, so now for some people, the racism is still hold them up. And then again, so that is the history. And that's why I say, again, everything's our mind is God. And everything comes from somebody's mind. Everything. There's nothing this world started without coming from somebody's mind. Somebody, that times, he created in his mind racism, slavery. And he made it, but it was just more economically and financially. And he created it, and then he put other people's mind, and then they use it, and then they build it. But again, because you remember, they are God's mind. So what they thought it was going to be, also it became different, because those people suffered. Those people get harder time in their life. But that's where now, when you see in the Bible, that how those parents, that great-grandparents, they sacrifice. That is sacrifice for their children. You know, they'll be chaining, they'll be doing things there, but they were building strong immunity. They were building the mental toughness. But as cold people have the what do you call it? What I say again? It's so they did our children to build it to be where they are. See, Abraham went to give his son what called it? To
The sacrifice.
yes, that those people, they sacrificed their life to build America how it is now, to build this athletic, to build this skill, to build this, all this performance, everything there. It's the sacrifice for their parents.
The great ancestors. They went through so much, and they still overcame.
They still overcame because it's mind, because your mind scored. Yes, those slavery to fight to be where they are now, it was a mind.
The president of the United States even became a black man.